Hello again. This session is going to focus on the debate process in our class. This is an image of our debate book, and as I've mentioned, it is in the library for you to use for free, and I can have a copy or two in my office that you can check out and take home with you. So you don't really need to purchase this book, but I've heard that students sometimes can buy it for as little as $5.95 online. It's called Readies in Psychology, A Debate and Issues Approach, and it's by me. What it contains are several controversial issues in the field of psychology, and with each issue, there is one article with an author speaking from one side, like the pro or the yes side, and one article with an author speaking from the con or no side. So what you do, there are going to be 8 times that we debate these issues, and they're not formal, fancy debates like in high school when you're on a debate team. All you do is I will show you which debate you're participating in, and one time you're going to find a couple points for yes, a couple points for no, and decide which point you want to make and which side you'd like to be on, and have your paper in front of you, or have it on your phone, or have it on a card, and you're just going to read it to the class with 10 to 15 other people who are on the same side as you are. For the other 7 debates, you're just going to be in the audience, and you'll read the yes and no articles for the debate that day, and you will come to class ready to answer a couple of multiple choice questions with your clicker about that topic. Okay, so here are our debate process and paper requirements: a debate paper template, an example of a debate paper, another example, and then debate topics by last name. So I'm going to click on debate topics. Uh-oh, this is going to be hard. Well, I'm going to do this. Okay, so debate topics by last name as I look through all my downloads, which is kind of the long way to get there, but we're going to do this. Debate. There we go. Okay, so let me get this centered. Well, it's pretty good, actually. Okay, so you can see that the topics are listed here and the presenters' last names are listed here. So if your last name begins with A or B, you're going to do the topic of religion. And I'll show you in your syllabus where you see the full topic. So here's your last name. Here's the debate you're assigned to. So take a look at this. Find your name, find your topic. You might want to write that down. And this last one is excessive internet use or gaming and addiction. That one's not in the debate book, but I feel like that's an important topic that we can address. Okay, on religion, the topic is, does religious commitment improve one's mental health? On sex addiction, the issue is, can sex really be an addiction, or is it just a compulsion to want to have a lot of sex? The Prozac debate includes all antidepressants, not just Prozac, and it questions whether we are over-relying on Prozac. Are we giving out too many prescriptions for Prozac, and people can really do things to make themselves happy that don't involve taking an antidepressant? Or do we really need all of the antidepressants that we're being prescribed? Should prostitution be legalized? Is America in a moral decline? Does divorce set children up for social and emotional problems? Should the government control things like tobacco and sugary drinks and the fat in our diet and all of the things that are problematic for us? Should we have more government control? And then, like I said here, is excessive internet use and use of gaming, could that be an addiction, or is that just a compulsion? So that's what those topics are about. Now I have to figure out how to get this closed. There we go. Okay, so here's an example of a debate paper. Okay, good. That one came right up. All right, so the overview is you're going to have 4 references that you're going to find in the library, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's See if I can make this bigger. Doesn't want to make bigger, it just wants to move. Oh well, okay. So reference 1, yes. Reference 2, yes. Reference 3, no. And reference 4, no. All you do is go to the library website, and I'll show you how to do that, and you put in your topic, and it will come up with a lot of sources, and you're going to put the author, the title, the date, and the source where you obtained it, and then you're going to use some information from that source, one point that supports the debate topic. So in this case, can users be addicted to the internet? And this paper says that yes, when one compares 100 testers who are self-reported internet addicted against 100 who make no such claim, it looks like the people who are addicted have brains that are more similar to alcoholism and drug addiction. So she says it's definitely addiction. Then here you comment, I think, and you comment about what the author said. Reference 2 is another yes item. So here's the author, the title, the source, and the date. Information from that article that supports the yes side of the debate and what you think about it. Then we move to the no side. Here's an article that supports the no side. Here's a piece of the article that supports the no side. Here's what the student thought about it. And here's the fourth one, same thing. Here's the reference information, a brief statement about what the article says that is supporting the no side of the debate, and then what the student had to say about that. So that is everything that you do for your debate paper. Let's go back to the home page. And again, another example of another debate paper. Oh, this one went into my downloads, unfortunately. Looking. Sorry, I didn't know it would be downloaded. I was hoping it would just directly open. I think I need to get rid of some of my downloaded items. What do you think? Oh, great. Now I can't find it. Well, you guys are going to have to look at that second debate paper on your own. It'll be no problem. You can do that. Okay, so here is the debate paper template. Now, what that means is that I created a blank template of what I want you to do in the debate paper, and you are going to be able to just fill in your information in that template. Wonder if I'm going to find it this time. I think I did. Okay, so this is the template for your debate paper. Let me move this into the window. Okay, so all you need to do is download this. It asks you to put your name, your debate topic, reference 1, it's a pro or a yes, author, title, source, date, list a point for the pro side made by the author, discuss what you think about the author's point. Reference 2, pro or yes, reference information, a point, what you think. Reference 3, con or no, author's information, a point for the pro side, and what you think about what the author said. So we need 2 yes and 2 no. I actually think this should say a point for the con side here and the point for con side there. So I'm gonna have to go in and change that. Okay, but that's what your paper should look like. So you can go back, excuse me, and look at the other examples of debate papers, and then you now know your topic. And I want to show you on the syllabus how you find out when we're doing these debates. There we go. Okay, back into my downloads. Okay, so on your syllabus, scroll down to our schedule where it shows you what chapter we're on and the date and our topic and things to do. And as you scroll down, you'll see that your debate papers are due on February 11th by 5 o'clock to the Canvas assignment page. And then you'll see on February 13th is our first debate. Does religious commitment improve mental health? And that's student last names A and B. The second debate will be Can Sex Be an Addiction? Student last names C and E. So here's the date, here's the debate. That goes all the way for debate 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's how you tell when you're supposed to do your debate. So all your papers are due on February 11th. No matter when your debate is, your debate paper is due by the 11th. You're going to submit it to an assignment box in Canvas. But we have a special thing available to you, two things. On the left side on the navigation bar on our homepage, you'll see something called NetTutor. You can submit your paper to NetTutor to get feedback from an English instructor on both your content and on your grammar. So I would suggest you do that way before February 11th so you can get some feedback, make changes. Then when you actually turn your paper into the assignment box on Canvas, I would suggest that you turn it in by February 5th because you're going to get an originality report. What that means is how much of your paper is in your own words versus how much of it did you copy from the author. I allow 30% of copying from authors. That covers the reference, which is definitely going to be copied because that exists out there, and a couple of words that might be the same out of the paper that you are using as your reference. But the rest of it, 70% of it, needs to be in your own words. So if you turn it in by February 5th, you'll get it back on Canvas and it'll show you what your originality report is. If it's 30% or less, you just leave it in there, you're good to go. If it's higher than 30% though, modify it so it's in your own words. So again, you obtain 4 references. These must be from sources other than our 2 textbooks. So please don't use the debate book or your free downloaded textbook. I want you to go into the literature on this topic. These must be including 2 sources supporting one side of the debate, 2 sources supporting the other side of the debate. Many students ask me, well, if I get one source that has a yes and a no point in it, can I use the same source for both? No, that's interesting reading for you, and I'm glad you found that, but I would like you to have 4 sources. Your paper includes the content from the source and what you think about it. Please include the labels exactly as I have on the template. Reference 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So use the exact format that you see in the example paper on Canvas and in the template, and you're almost guaranteed to get 100%. So, what you do, the first debate topic, does religious commitment improve mental health? Students whose last names begin with A or B, and if you have 2 last names, we use the first of your 2 last names. All other students read the 2 articles and be prepared for multiple choice questions using your clicker. And again, everyone turns in their paper before 5 o'clock on February 11th. And that means you need to turn in your paper before 3 o'clock, because if everybody jams in at 4:30 or 4:45, your paper might not upload until after 5 o'clock and it would be considered late. So please don't do that to yourself. All right, you guys, if you are efficient, this paper should take you maybe 45 minutes to put together. If you're willing to go to the library in person and get help, you will definitely be able to do it in less than an hour. I look forward to reading them.